Okay, here's example 2. The path of a basketball thrown at an angle of 45 degrees can be modeled by the function y equals negative 0.02x squared plus x plus 6, where x represents the horizontal distance in feet and y represents the corresponding vertical distance in feet. At what height was the ball thrown? And then we are going to find and interpret the coordinates of the vertex. The first thing we need to see here is what form our equation is in. And because we have an x squared term, an x term, and a constant term, remember that that is standard form. And we need to remember our special little formulas for standard form. Remember our axis of symmetry is x equals negative b over 2a. And then remember our y-intercept is always just 0, c. So let's identify our a, b, and c right away. A is negative 0.02, b is 1, c is 6. Now, believe it or not, letter A we can answer very easily. It asks, at what height was the ball thrown? Well, if we think about this graph, we already know the y-intercept. That's 0, 6. That's the height that the ball is thrown from because that's at the horizontal distance of 0. So that's where the person is standing. So it kind of makes sense this person would throw the ball from 6 feet high. Okay, so we already answered that. At what height? 6 feet. Now we're going to find and interpret the coordinates of the vertex. So we're going to use our axis of symmetry formula. X equals negative b, so negative 1, over 2 times a, negative 0.02. And I just used my calculator for this. I'm going to take negative 1 over, when I multiply 2 times negative 0.02, I get negative 0.4. Well, we know a negative over a negative is a positive, and when I took 1 divided by 0.4, I got 25. Try in your calculator, it's 25. So I know that my axis of symmetry is x equals 25. So I'm just going to go say that this is 25. Now I need to know where my point is, my vertex, on that axis of symmetry. So I plug 25 into my function. Y equals negative 0.02 times 25 squared plus 25 plus 6. So I'm going to plug this into my calculator. If you want to simplify some of the stuff first, you certainly can. But you can really just plug it on in as this whole sentence if you use parentheses and squared and everything correctly. And what you should get out is 18.5. Okay, so that means that my vertex is at the point 25, 18.5. It says find and interpret that vertex. Well, interpret means, what does that mean in the context of the situation? Well, what this means is, since our x-axis represents the horizontal distance in feet, it means that after the ball has traveled 25 feet, so I'm going to say after the ball travels 25 feet, it reaches its maximum height. It reaches of 18.5 feet. So our vertex gives us our maximum or our minimum if it was a different situation. Okay, that's it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.